Good evening. How are we doing tonight? I'm going to need a little bit louder than that. These fellows have been working really hard. Can we get a little louder for them? That's what we need. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mr. Scorpion 2014. My name is Justin Bartell. I'm the Activities Director here at Hesperia High School. We have an amazing night planned for you tonight. They've been working really hard. At this point, all there is left to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Once upon a time, in a desert far, far away, there was a king. This king was the ruler of all Egypt. He was a kind, nice king, and his people loved him. But one day, the king decided to resign from his duties. Many men came and tried to please the previous king, but none were good enough. Until one day, 10 brave scorpions came to the king. We have Gypsy Croissant. We have Chris Labrado. We have Javier Arevalo Cruz. David Ruiz. Elijah Wallace. Kyle Haggy. Alex Ontiveros. Martin Villegas. Tyler Hewitt, and last but not least, Orbit Compost.
A young man, he never thought he'd see King. People stand in line to see the boy king. King Tut. How'd you get so funky? Funky Tut. Did you do the monkey? All in Arizona, moved to Babylonia, King Tut. Dancing by the night, disco Tut. The ladies love the style. Rockin' for a mile. Rockin' to the crocodile.
Walk like an Egyptian.
How about that opening act, huh? Let's give them a round of applause. My name is Leo Galvin, and I'm last year's Mr. Scorpion. Since I have resigned my duties as king, it is my job to find a new king for this glorious desert. In tonight's competition, I and my fellow judges will be looking for the strongest, most talented, and most classy scorpion to take the throne. I would like to now hand the mic over to Marissa McEnroe and Leah Atkins, who will be leading the competition for tonight.
Thank you, Leo.
Speaking of fellow judges, it is our pleasure to introduce our judges for tonight. Mr. Brad Straley,
Miss Michelle Billings from Tuxedo,
and lastly, our resigning king and last year's Mr. Scorpion, Leo Galvan.
now that we've met our judges, I think it's time that we start the muscle portion of this competition.
For our first challenge, these contestants will show off their strengths. Each contestant will be required to do 3 muscle poses: a front pose, a back pose, and a side pose. After they have completed these poses, they have the remaining time to wow the judges with their awesome muscles.
So now, let's bring out Gypsy Chrisan.
Like a trucker, nice thighs, nice waist, and you know I can't forget about your face. But don't none of that matter. I'm about to make your pockets scatter. Girl, I just wanna see you strip right now, 'cause it's late, babe. Girl, I just wanna see you strip. Girl, take your time with it. Girl, I just wanna see you strip. Damn, you sexy for me. Damn, you sexy, baby.
Thank you, Gypsy. Next, we have Chris Librato.
Girl, I gotta know how you dance like that, dance like that. You dance like you're putting on a show. Can I take you back, take you back? I just gotta ask you to show me yours, I'll show you mine. Don't you worry, you're too fine. We got one thing on our minds, and we got plenty of time. Girl, I gotta go, I'm finished with the show. If you want me, I won't say no. Touching on mine while I'm touching on yours. You know that we are gonna, 'cause I don't give a. Girl, I gotta go.
Great job, Chris. Now put your hands together for Javier Olivello Cruz.
Khoác chiếc áo em vội vàng bước xuôi phố khi muộn màng, nơi đâu em đắm trong chìm sâu khi quay cuồng dưới ánh đèn màu. Please don't lie to me, just 'cause I can see. Như trong con tim của em không mong hơn một nhịp đập. Đau đến như thế em vui trong từng cơn mê. Trong phút thăng hoa em quên luôn con đường về.
Thank you, Javier. Now next up is David Ruiz.
your back. Yeah. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. Check out this dirty babe. You see these shackles, baby, I'm your slave. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave.
Awesome job, David. Now put your hands together for Elijah Wallace.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I look for peace, but see I don't attain what I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this, madness, the magnet keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night.
Thank you, Elijah. Now next up we have Kyle Haggy.
Yo, Vanilla, kick it one time, boy.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly.
Will it ever stop?
Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, crush a speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody, anything less than the best.
Awesome job, Kyle. Now put your hands together for Alexander Ontiveros.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time?
Thank you, Alex. Now next up is Martin Villegas.
Great job, Martine. Now put your hands together for Tyler Hewitt.
They see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really, really white and nerdy.
First in my class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your 40, I'll just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin, to the contrary. You'll find that they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my library.
Thank you, Tyler. And last but certainly not least, Orbit Campos.
Stand in line as we march to the drums of the east. Paralyzed and possessed by crusaders deceived. Lost to the sirens that call from the turbulent tide. Bound by the science that lives on the...
Great job, Orbic. Wow, when it comes to strength, those boys are definitely king material.
Now it's time to introduce our next hostess for this evening, Senior Class President Cheyenne Cunningham and Senior Class Vice President Chantel Padilla.
Thank you, ladies.
Well, Cheyenne, we have a ton of talented boys here tonight, so I think it's time we start the talent section for this competition.
To start off the night, we have Gypsy.
Hello, everybody. I hope these lyrics speak to you like they spoke to me.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Well, I'm your brother.
I know. You know they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, so vengeful that Mother Earth has been done wrong, and I think she's sick. Yo, she's puking up lava for her nerves tremble along fault lines, ready to drop an entire city of filth that's been forced upon her. We built these towers of Babel and feel remorse for nada. The mama divorced the father, the children are dropping blotter. The rich get richer, poverty's hot under the collar, taking prayer out of schools, and we're trying to raise scholars. Creationism versus the theory of evolution. Air, water, land, mind, body and soul pollution. Kids stepping on landmines from wars we're all losing. We're chasing false idols, erasing from our Bibles the golden rule. The youth are becoming more suicidal. Who teaches them? You and I do. No wonder they want to fight you. Raised by hypocrites who feel lied to. Graffiti the land with skyscrapers. Graffiti the skies with airplanes and satellites. Graffiti the minds of children with your man-made laws. Graffiti the world, I saw the writing on the wall. We got ABC, NBC, MTV, TNT, the BBC, DVD, VHS, DSL, A&E, XTC, MP3, FCC, THC, NRA, GOP, ADD. The fight for free speech, lack of responsibility, thieves in positions of power, internet, pornography, guns in the home for fear that the next knock at the door could be death. The terrorists are in the White House and overseas. Racist, separatists, vicious militias, Buddhists, the Hindus, the Muslims, the Christians. Could it be our biggest barrier is language, or is oil that important that one would inflict anguish? So cars can deplete the ozones on highways that stretch across the lands where Indians once raised families were in denial. The world is afraid, and you say there's no more slaves. Graffiti the land with skyscrapers. Graffiti the skies with airplanes and satellites. Graffiti the minds of children with your man-made laws. Graffiti the world, I saw the writing on the wall. We're addicted to planes, trains, and automobiles. We're addicted to addiction. We dig living in fiction. For money, power, respect, the army's gotta go kill. They're under contract, so let the blood spill. Sorta morbid, ain't it? This picture that I just painted, it's an epiphany. I had not realized just how tainted I think it really is. While in New York, when I saw a teenager being arrested for tagging a freaking wall. Graffiti the land with skyscrapers. Graffiti the skies with airplanes and satellites. Graffiti the minds of children with your man-made laws. Graffiti the world, I saw the writing on the wall.
Wow, amazing job, Gypsy. Next up, give it up for Chris.
Hey, you! Come out here on the floor. Let's rock some more. Come out of here on the floor. Honey, let's rock some more, yeah. Now when you get out here, yeah, 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 'cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long. Yeah, you make me feel like time for time for time for. So though, coming up, coming down, ride clean, fix your hair in my crown. All right, got to know how to hold it, like on him rolling, mashed potato, do the alligator, put your hand on your hips, yeah, let your backbone slip. Somebody to help me say it one time. Na 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 na.
Tell everybody, yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes I am, yes I am, yes I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Awesome job, Chris. Now put your hands together for Javier.
Esta es para todas las mujeres hermosas que hay aquí, todas. Con palabras sencillas hoy quiero decirte me gustas de pies a cabeza, que es más claro que el agua que te necesito, me gustas todita completa, y es que tu belleza es incomparable, la naturaleza fue buena contigo. Hice la elección correcta al elegirte para estar siempre conmigo. Me gusta todo de ti, tu sonrisa, tus ojos, tu cara y esa forma tan dulce de hablarme. Me besas, me llevas al cielo, siento ser el aire. Me gusta todo de ti, eres única, por dentro y por fuera. A tu lado todo es tan perfecto. Eres más de lo que yo merezco y sin duda alguna cuánto me gustas. Cuánto me gustas, mamacita. Y es que tu belleza es incomparable. La naturaleza fue buena contigo. Hice la elección correcta al elegirte para estar siempre conmigo. Me gusta todo de ti, tu sonrisa, tus ojos, tu cara y esa forma tan dulce de hablarme. Me besas, me llevas al cielo, siento ser el aire. Me gusta todo de ti, eres única por dentro y por fuera. A tu lado todo es tan perfecto. Eres más de lo que yo merezco y sin duda alguna cuánto me gustas.
Keep up the good work, Javier. Next up to perform is David Ruiz.
Great job, David. Now, let's welcome Elijah Wallace to the stage.
There you see her, she's sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try, you wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you want her. Look at her, you know you do. Possible she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl. Sing it with me now. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my. Look at the boy too shy, ain't gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, ain't that sad? Ain't it a shame? Too bad you're gonna miss the girl. Now's your moment. Looking in a blue lagoon. Boy, you better do it soon. No time will be better. She don't say a word and she won't say a word until you kiss the girl.
Great job, Elijah. That was so cute. Next up to the stage, we have Kyle.
nonsense. So I've got to hang out on my hang-ups. 'Cause on the boogie I feel so hell-bent. Hey, hey, it's just an instant gut reaction that I get. I know I've never ever felt like this before. I don't know what to do, but then that's nothing new. Stuck between hell and high water, I need a cure to make it through. Hey, dancing, nothing left for me to do but dance.
Awesome job, Kyle. I would now like to introduce Alex to the stage.
Mom, this song is for you. She's in the kitchen at the crack of dawn. Bacon's on, coffee strong. Kids running wild, taking off their clothes. She's a nervous wreck, well it never shows. Takes one to football and one to dance. Hits a ride for aerobics class. Drops by the bank, stops at the store. Has on a smile when I walk through the door. Last to go to bed, she'd be the first one up. And I thought I was tough. She's strong, pushes on, can't slow her down. She can take anything life dishes out. There was a time back before she was mine when I thought I was tough. We sat there 5 years ago. Doctors let us know the test showed she'd have to fight to live. I broke down and cried. She held me and said it's gonna be alright. She wore that wig to church, pink ribbon pin there on her shirt. No room for fear, full of faith. Hands held high singing Amazing Grace. Never once complained, refusing to give up. And I thought I was tough. She's strong, pushes on, can't slow her down. She can take anything life dishes out. There was a time back before she was mine when I thought I was tough. She's gentler kiss against my skin. I've seen her cry, I've seen her break, but in my eyes she'll always be strong. There was a time back before she was mine when I thought I was tough.
Great job, Alex. Without further ado, please welcome Martine.
That was beautiful, Martine. Now give it up for Tyler.
Here we go. How's everybody doing tonight? Whoa. Good? Glad to hear that. You know, I just wanted to say a couple things before I sing. Why do I sound like a robot? For starters, thank you guys all for coming out. It's a huge support, and we all really appreciate it. You know, we worked really hard, and another thing is, I know probably more than half of you guys came to see how buff Elijah was. The dude was pretty buff. But I'm singing an original song, and there's not a better feeling in the world to be on stage singing my own song, because it's just it's a part of me, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to it. Why can't I find your heart? Why are we not together now? Why are we falling apart? I wanna buy you flowers. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna take you where the clouds are, and I wanna be your man. Whoa, whoa, where can I go when I don't know where home is? Why can't I find your heart? Why are we not together now? Why are we falling apart? 'Cause I want you to be happy, and I want you right next to me. I wanna hold your hand in class, and I wanna be your man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where can I go when I don't know where home is? Now why can't I find your heart? Why are we not together now? Why are we falling apart? Why can I go and I don't know where home is? Why can't I find your heart? Why are we not together now? Why are we falling apart? Thank you guys so much.
What an amazing job, Tyler. Now I would like to introduce Orbit Compost.
Hello?
Hey, how's everyone doing? Well, all right. I see a bunch of people singing for other people and dedicating stuff, so I want to dedicate this to all of you guys that haven't gotten one yet. This is for you guys. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, oh, in other words, I love you.
Great job, Orbic. Way to end our talent competition. Now, please give me another round of applause for these talented gentlemen.
Now, while our contestants get changed for the tux walk portion of the competition, we're going to have a short intermission. Please feel free to get snacks from our clubs, stretch your legs, and get ready to enjoy the next half.
Before we get back to the action, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our businesses who have helped us to put on this show by donating prizes for our runners-up and for Mr. Scorpion. We'd appreciate it if you would patronize their businesses as often as possible. One more round of applause for the businesses. And now how this works, each contestant has been sponsored by a club on campus. At this portion of the show, we have representatives from each club that are going to announce each contestant as their tux walk goes in front of you. After that, we have flowers here. You'll see them getting their flowers, but this is always the classiest portion of the show. They look forward to this. I'd like to take this moment now to introduce our night's first representative, Miss Esperanza Beltran.
Thank you, Mr. Bartel, and good evening, everyone. I would now like to introduce Gypsy Krisan. Gypsy is 125 pounds and is 5 foot 1 inches tall. She is the daughter of Rose and Joseph Olentia. While on high school, Gypsy participated in basketball, softball, GSA, cadet corps, choir, and drama. In the future, Gypsy wants to major in law and minor in psychology so she can help people in more ways than one. Her high school experience has been so much fun that she can't pick just one favorite memory. Great job, Gypsy. I would now like to introduce head baseball coach Randy Galvez.
Thank you, Esperanza. It is now my pleasure to introduce Christopher Labrado. Chris is 5'8" and weighs in at 145 pounds. He is the son of Frederick and Maria Labrado. While in high school, Chris participated in baseball and volunteered for the Clifford Book Fair. In the future, Chris wants to attend a 4-year university and become a successful businessman. His favorite high school memory was attending the baseball lock-in. Great job, Christopher. I would now like to introduce Miss Sarah Weber, our ROP teacher for Scorpies.
Thank you, Coach Randy, and good evening, everyone. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Javier Arevalo Cruz. Javier is weighing in at 155 pounds. He is 5 feet, 10 inches tall, and he is the son of Emma Cruz Garcia. While in high school, Javier spent 2 years in Avid, was on the principal's honor roll, and played soccer. In the future, Javier wants to become an astronaut and do charity by building homes for the needy. His favorite high school memory is being with friends, meeting new people, and learning new things. Great job, Javier. And I would now like to introduce Alfredo Bentanzo, one of Hesperia High School's avid students.
Thank you, Mrs. Weber. I would now like to introduce David Ruiz. David is 5'8" and weighs 230 pounds. He is the son of Jesus and Marisela Ruiz. While in high school, David participated in track and field and cross country. In the future, David wants to complete college and become a teacher. His favorite high school memory was the track meet against Victor Valley High School. Great job, David. It's my pleasure now to introduce head football coach Jeremy Topee.
Thanks, Alejandro. Pasta. It is now my pleasure and honor to introduce Elijah Wallace. Elijah Wallace is 6 feet tall, weighs in 188 pounds. He is the son of Dwayne and Eileen Wallace. While in high school, Elijah was in football, track, and winter formal courts. In the future, Elijah wants to attend a good college and become a businessman. He wants to have a successful job and eventually have and provide for his family. His favorite high school memory was being crowned winter formal king and queen with his love, Cheyenne. Great job, Elijah. It is now my pleasure to introduce this year's ASB president, Corey Arnold.
Thank you, Coach. I would now like to introduce Kyle Hagee. Kyle is 5 foot 3 inches tall and 150 pounds. He is the son of Eric Hagee and Sherry Gregory. While in high school, Kyle has participated in ASB, Link Crew, Automotive Tech. In the future, he wants to become a police officer and later become a DAA agent. His favorite high school memory was being the banana in last year's Powder Puff Pep Rally. Great job, Kyle. I would now like to introduce two of our varsity soccer players, Anais Palacio and Claudia Dive.
Thank you, Corey. It is my pleasure to introduce our next contestant, Alex Ontiveros, also known as Pookie. Weighing 150 pounds, Alex is 5'9". He is the son of Jesselyn Cleland.
While in high school, Alex participated in football, soccer, and track and field. He was a cheerleader for the Powder Puff and received Student of the Month and Principal Honor Roll. In the future, Alex wants to attend a four-year university and become a profile for the FBI.
His favorite high school memory was getting out the hospital and returning to school with his friends. Great job, Alex. I would now like to introduce Cheyenne Cunningham, this year's senior class president.
Thank you, ladies. I would now like to introduce Martine Villegas. Martine is 5'8" and weighs 150 pounds. He's the son of Martine and Maricela Villegas. While in high school, he participated in ASB, orchestra, NHS, Link Crew, and CSF. In the future, he wants to attend a 4-year university, graduate from USC dental program, and open a dental practice, and later fund the building of HHS's Performing Arts Center. I would now like to introduce Mr. Atkins, Hesperia High School's Lincoln Run Advisor.
Thank you, Cheyenne. It is now my pleasure to introduce Tyler Hewitt. Tyler Hewitt is 5 foot 10 inches tall. He is the son of Rhonda McDaniel. While in high school, Tyler was involved in ASB, baseball, choir, and Link Crew. His favorite high school memory was being in baseball PE with his friends freshman year. Great job, Tyler. I would now like to introduce Eric Nguyen.
Thank you, Mr. Atkins. I would like to introduce Orbic Campos. Orbic is 5'7" and weighs 145 pounds. He is the son of Manuel and Campos and Zoma Martinez. While in high school, Orbic participated in multiple talent shows, prep rallies, and was on the track and field team. In the future, Orbic wants to attend college and graduate with his psychology degree. His goal is to become a therapist so he could help people with their problems. Orbic's favorite high school memory was dancing with his friend at the talent show. Keep it 300, Orbic. to welcome Mr. Bartel back to the stage.
All right, let's hear it one more time for the contestants, huh? I think they all clean up pretty well. We're proud of everyone tonight. They've all been working pretty hard for the last few weeks. But aside from that, I want to thank the judges for their hard work. I know I've done the judging before in the past. It's not an easy thing to do. Right now, they're calculating up their scores. If you give me a couple seconds, there's some announcements I'd like to make. And actually, as I do that, I'd like to welcome back Corey Arnold, our ASB president. Now, some of you may know and some of you may not know, this takes a lot of hard work from the ASB leadership class. We have commissioners that have put on this show and kind of brought this thing to life from the ground up. I want to welcome back Marissa Macharo and Leah Atkins, your Mr. Scorpion commissioners. They've done a heck of a job. Love you too. They're a little sentimental. They didn't know they were getting flowers. As we're getting close to the scores coming up, I'd like to again thank all the businesses for their donations. All of our prize winners are in your programs. Again, if you can patronize those businesses. Scores will be here shortly, so stay in your seats. We're not going to take a quick intermission. As soon as we get our scores in, we will get to our final five. Okay, you ready to find out who our finalists are? We have all our contestants back on the stage. We will continue the show. All right, I have in my hand, in no particular order, our top 5 finalists. I want to let you all know I'm very proud of you. No matter where this goes, you are all winners in my book. You've made this a very special night. Our first finalist tonight, again, this is in no particular order, Elijah Wallace. A second finalist tonight, let's hear for Chris Labrato. Again, our third contestant, in no particular order, is Martin Villegas. Next, we're going to welcome to the front of the stage our fourth finalist, Mr. Orbit Campos. And finally, our last finalist of the evening is Mr. David Ruiz. Can we give our other 5 contestants one round of applause? They did a heck of a job. So in my hand, how we're going to do the final session, I have questions. And they are going to choose at random their question and give a response to the judges. They'll be scored for those, and those will be added to their total. And then we will find out who our winner is. Again, I'm going to go in no particular order. So I think I will start with Orbit. Warwick, which envelope would you like? Okay, just rip it off. I'll give Warwick a second to give me the trash and then read it. Orbick's question is, who has been the most influential person in your life during your time at HHS and why?
All right, the most influential person was Matthew Besserell. He's out there, right there. And the reason I chose him is because we all go through a lot of friends in high school, and only a couple stay. And sometimes Matt can be a little mean, but it's only because he's honest. And that's why I love that guy. He's the homie.
Thank you, Orbick. Martine, would you choose an envelope, please? Martine's question. If you could spend a day with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
This was the question I honestly hoped I wouldn't get. But it sounds a little cliche, but I really do want to spend a day with God. Because there's a lot of, yes, Jesus is always the answer, but these past, well, actually, for several years in my life, like, there's been so much confusion, and there's things I still need clarified, like things that I don't understand, things I've thought I've felt uncomfortable about, but I think that spending it with him, a day with him, if he knows everything, like everybody says, then I'll be able to live life to the fullest in the right way, and help others do the same thing as well. Thank you.
Okay, Elijah, your turn. Okay, Elijah's question says, all of our contestants are involved in extracurricular events at HHS. Please explain the importance of being involved in high school.
So, the most important part about being in extracurricular activities is that the people that you meet, like ever since freshman year, I met a couple of great friends that have stuck to my side for 4 years now. Gabe is one of them. I met him freshman year, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a close friend forevermore. And I'm going to miss those people when we graduate.
Thank you, Elijah. Okay, Chris. Chris's question, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years from now, and why?
I see myself in 10 years as being an athletic trainer, because freshman year, I could barely bench the bar. I was skin and bone. But since my senior year, I've been working out. My cousin's the one that got me into it, and it's just stuck in my life, and it helps me get through things. Like if I want to get my minds off thing, I work out. So I want to be able to share it with people and get people in shape, feel good about themselves.
Thank you, Chris. David, last choice of the evening. 2 questions left. You can have one of them. Okay. Okay, David's question is, share with us your fondest HHS memory and how it has impacted you as a person.
All right, so my favorite memory is track and field. I was a distance runner, believe it or not, and my coach worked us so hard, and the best thing was knowing that I went from a 9:30 mile to a 6:30. And it just proves to you if you stick at it, you could just accomplish anything. And that's just one of the greatest memories I had because it impacted me to know that it's all willpower.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. One more round of applause for your finalists. I'm going to keep them on stage. They look dapper enough. They'll be here as our final tallies are calculated. We'll know momentarily who our Mr. Scorpion 2014 is. Sounds like it might be a close one. I think we need a little more time. How nervous are we?
Meh.
You sweating yet?
No.
I only want to talk to Orbic. He's sweating. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Are we excited? I brought back Marissa Macharo, Lee Atkins, our Mr. Scorpion contestants, or commissioners, I'm sorry. We have Leo. Is Leo around? Leo, can you come back up stage for me for the presentation? Okay. So in my hand, I have the sheet of our finalists and who will be named Mr. Scorpion. Our fourth runner-up and in fifth place is David Ruiz. Thank you, David. Great job. Our third runner-up and in fourth place tonight is Mr. Orbit Campos. Our second runner-up and the third place in our show tonight is Mr. Chris Labrato. Is the suspense killing you? Are you ready to know who won? You're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. You see the extra envelope I have in my hand. We are gonna ask our final two contestants one last question. They will have the same question and they'll both have a different response. Reason is right now there is a tie. The final question of the evening is, what recommendations would you make to an incoming freshman at HHS and why? I will give Elijah the first chance to respond.
Okay. When I was a freshman, I didn't expect this moment right here to come so quickly. And as a freshman, I didn't think I was going to amount to very much. But probably about a month ago, you know, when everyone was applying for colleges, I got accepted into my first college. And in that moment on, I knew that all that work I put in for 4 years, it amounted to something. And my advice to a freshman is that don't take high school for granted. That these moments that you're having right now are going to fly by in just a second, and enjoy it.
All right, so everybody, I know I can tell you guys about the very first period of my freshman class, my freshman year. I can tell you exactly what I was wearing, I can tell you who I was sitting with, and it's weird because a lot of us when we go into high school, we have some expectations. We think, is it gonna be like it's in the movies? Is it gonna be like, you have a lot of different point of views that you have to narrow down, but you have to find it out yourself. So I think the most important thing, and it's something that you really do end up finding out throughout your high school years, is you really have to try to become your own person. You have to learn to become the person you want to be, learn how it is that you're gonna improve society in the future, how it is that you're going to contribute anything that you can, not just what you can, but the best you can. Because ultimately, that's our goal in life. It's not just to go through high school. Yeah, high school is great. You're gonna make a lot of memories, but just remember that when you go in there, you have one goal, and it doesn't end with high school. This is one 4-year chapter of your life, and trust me, it goes by faster than you can possibly imagine. It does, it really does. And by the time you go into college, you're just in the next step. But this is all it's like a page, like a chapter in one huge book you're writing of your life. And you want to make sure that you're going to make yourself proud and that you're remembered, not for exactly what you liked or what you wanted, but what you did, because that's the person you really are. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to hold you for a little more suspense. I'm going to ask our runners up if you can go backstage for me, please. One more hand for them. Okay, are we ready? I want to congratulate both of you. It's a great honor. Your 2014 Mr. Scorpion is Mr. Elijah Wallace. Time for our Mr. Scorpion. We want to thank you all for coming out tonight. We're going to let Wallace take one last victory lap. Thank you for coming out. Have a great evening.